So technically the piston doesn't actually pull in air, it's the atmosphere pushing the air inside the cylinder on a naturally aspirated engine. So I'm going to use a modern petrol EFI system to explain this next part, but basically when you step on the throttle and it opens up the throttle plate, a certain amount of air goes through there that is metered by the computer. The computer then adjusts for the amount of fuel that has to go into the engine to make the required combustion. So if you take the throttle plate off a petrol, it'll rev to the fucking moon, unless the computer dies or something like that. With a carbureted engine, it'll rev to the fucking moon. Now, with a diesel engine, doesn't matter if it's electronically controlled or manual pump, what will happen is there's always an opening, right? So when that intake valve opens and that piston goes down, the atmosphere is forcing air into the engine, right? So then the diesel pump, if it's a manual pump, it'll have like a set screw on it basically. You can wind them up to make a little bit more power, but that's how you blow shit up. But basically what happens is the atmosphere forces air in through the open intake valve. The intake valve closes, compresses that mixture, and then the diesel is injected into there, which is what actually creates the combustion. So to go back to that original question, the piston doesn't technically pull in air. When that intake valve opens and the piston descends down the bore, that allows the atmospheric pressure to fill the cylinder, which then intake valve closes, compresses the mixture, ignites the mixture, and then the piston pushes out what is inside the cylinder. And I know that's a little bit confusing because the four-stroke cycle is explained as suck, squeeze, bang, blow, but in more technical terms, it is actually a process of opening up a restriction, allowing atmospheric pressure to enter the cylinder, closing a valve, compressing a mixture, which is the squeeze, bang is the ignition process, and then the blow is actually the piston blowing the air out of the cylinder. But yeah, you guys want me to explain how a turbocharged version works? So